Hello, my name's Bridget and welcome to my Reading Rush 2020 vlog. Woo! I'm super excited to get a lot of reading done this week. I'm starting this a little bit before the Reading Rush solely because I wanted to fill you in on a little bit. So I decided I would pick up The Lightning Thief graphic novel first so I could read something really quick and then go to sleep. So I feel good about having maybe finished something early. This is going to be the first book I touch challenge. I'm excited to reread this in graphic novel form. I'm gonna start reading soon, we'll see. At midnight.
Do something. All I can think of is that TikTok
Oh my god, it's midnight! Ah! Oh my gosh! It's time!
It's time.
It's time! The reading rush has begun. This was a much more disappointing book the second time around. They just skipped so many things from the original book that I was very upset about. I wish they included more. They took out the Medusa scene. They changed the ending with Luke, which confused the heck out of me because why just have him leave and have Chiron explain it? It just makes more sense for Luke to be there. I just finished my second book, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, which is the fifth book if you're going based on story. It was good. I enjoyed it. It kind of meandered because there wasn't really any purpose for the mission. They were going to find the lords that were lost. They were very loosely connected to Caspian, and there was no real purpose, and there wasn't a deadline they had to do it by, so it was kind of meandering all over the place. However, I did enjoy it. I liked Reepicheek, he's great. I also enjoyed seeing Eustace's transformation over the course of the story. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. It was alright. It completes the challenge of read a book that inspired a film that you've already seen, though I don't remember the film at all, so I should probably watch it again. Excuse my dirty house in the background. Loki, the god who fell to earth. I really enjoyed it. I loved the art style. The way they showed Loki was fantastic. I love him so much. His personality and wit are very similar to how he's shown in the movies, so just I loved it so much, and being able to see his story was really enjoyable, so I definitely really enjoyed that part of it. However, it was cut off way too soon. I know it's not their fault because it's not they were hey, cancel us, but because it was canceled, a lot of the plot threads were left unfinished, which is a real bummer because you read it and think okay, what happens next, and you're never going to find out. So there's really that aspect of wanting more at the end. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars because I did really enjoy the art style and the story that we did get. However, I wanted more, and for it to be 5 stars, it needed to come together more at the end. This book completed the Read a Book Outside Your House challenge. Hi, it's been a hot second since I've vlogged anything. It's day 4. I know the last time we saw each other was day 1, and for that I apologize. On day 2, I worked from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then all I did was edit my challenge and then do this application for an internship. I didn't have much time to read. I read 27 pages of The Last Olympian that day. And then yesterday, I also worked from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So all I did was edit my video. The last thing that I remember telling you about was I was about to read The Last Battle, and then it was nighttime, and after that I just was in bed and I fell asleep. So that's why I didn't update the vlog. I'm sorry. I was slacking. I thought the storyline was good and it did a good job concluding all of the other books and bringing it all together. However, the racism and sexism really stood out in that one as very prominent, and it was not good. So I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars because I thought it was a good conclusion to the series. Yesterday I started Red, White, and Royal Blue, and I listened to about half of it, just in the car and around the house and stuff. When I start Red, White, and Royal Blue, it's a time and I can't put it down until I'm done. That was no different. I listened to the audiobook. The audiobook was really good. I got that this time, and I have been wanting to listen to it for a while, and finally it came in. I just finished it 10 minutes ago. I was holding back tears because I got makeup on and I need to film, but I wanted to finish first. It speaks to my soul. All of the words are so good. Everything is amazing and I love it so much. Connecticut! Woo! When they say the title in the book, yes! The Last Olympian by Rick Riordan. It's so good. It's such a good conclusion to the series. Oh my god. My heart, I was really crying for quite a bit there at the end. It's so good. Wow, I just have all the emotions. It brings everything together so well. How they used Clarice and Selena to represent the Achilles and Patroclus myth. Having read The Curse of Achilles, that made me really get emotional because I just thought back to that and I was oh my god, and then this, and it just really gave me flashbacks, and I was very upset, and it just, wow. And Luke is such a great character. I love him. He's so good. And Nico, we stan. Oh my god. It's just a great book. 5 out of 5 stars. It doesn't complete any challenges, but you know, I had to finish the series for my read, and it's just so good. I just finished the Sea of Monsters graphic novel before our movie watch along for Midsummer Night's Dream. This was pretty good. I thought it followed the plot of the book pretty well, and it didn't cut out like too much of like the central plot. Of course, there were things that I missed. I missed Aries was really putting a lot of pressure on Clarice and didn't think she could do it. I liked that in the book because you got to see a different side of her. We also missed like the monster donuts and stuff, and I really just thought that was a fun detail from the book. But other than that, I thought it was a pretty good adaptation of the second book. Like 3.5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was good, but wasn't my favorite of the original, and like it cut out some of the stuff that added like depth to the characters, so I think that feels like a good choice. I just finished Defy the Stars by Claudia Gray. This didn't complete any challenges. I thought this was good. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a bit predictable and like the middle was a bit slow considering how long this book is. However, I really enjoyed the characters. I thought they did a good job evolving over the course of the story. I really appreciated their relationship and how it slowly changed as we got to know them even more. I also really liked the world building. Since it's sci-fi, it's kind of tricky. You don't want to like info dump, but I felt like they did a good job creating the world and making it make sense without having to be like, oh, and here's this and this and this and this. It did a good job including a lot of things, but it all just felt way too rushed. 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really liked the art. It was like they introduced a whole bunch of people at the same time. It was like, oh yeah, they're all here. We're all good. It wasn't like in the book, people steadily kept arriving like at different parts where like they were at their darkest, and then it's like, those people showed up, and it was like really great moment. So it's the start of day 7, and I just finished the last of the Umbrella Academy comics. It was a fun time. This is a weird angle, but I'm gonna keep going with it. I stand with my original ratings of these books, so 3 out of 5 stars to the Apocalypse Suite, 4 stars to Dallas and Hotel Oblivion. I think the second two really dive into their personalities more, but the first one was a good start. I'm excited to see how the next season of Umbrella Academy goes. I'm so hyped. I can already kind of see some of the stuff from the graphic novels and the promotional materials, so I can't wait to see how they'll expand the universe. Welcome to my trip to get Starbucks. It's day 7 and I haven't completed 2 of the vlog challenges. So we're gonna complete 2 challenges in one. Like one of the challenges was to make a coffee or a tea. And like, I'm not really a big fan of tea, that's the tea. But I do like this one tea at Starbucks. It's ice white tea lemonade and it's really good. So I'm gonna go get that. And it's just like, show a little montage of you like making your tea, and like, so I'm just gonna show me driving to Starbucks and getting the Starbucks. And the other challenge I haven't completed, I already matched my outfit to my book, but I haven't talked about a fun bookish memory. And for me, this happened this year. I figured I would do a more recent one since last time I did one that was like 10 years old. So this is a few weeks ago. We were on a Google Hangout. We were all doing like a little reading sprint, and one of Molly's friends was there, and he was like, are you all reading the same book? And we thought that was kind of ridiculous. We're like, no, of course not. We're all reading different books, obviously. And then like a week and a half later, we started our Percy Jackson reread, and we were all on the call, and we were all reading the first book, The Lightning Thief, and we were just stopping to talk about different like really fun moments in it, and it was like a really good time. We just were like, oh my god, and then Percy does this, wow. And like it was really fun, and then we realized that we were all reading the same book in this Google Hangout, and it was just kind of funny because we had laughed so hard at the idea of us all reading the same book at the same time. But then there we were, all reading The Lightning Thief and enjoying it and talking about how great it was. Like this reread of the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series was just really fun to be able to talk about it with everyone and be like, oh my god, and then this happened and stuff like that. It was a good time. Percy Jackson's great. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. So yes, we're on day 7. Oh my gosh, guys. I've read 240-ish pages of Get a Life, Chloe Brown, so I have about 120 pages left. So I'm hoping to finish that once I get home. It's pretty good so far. I can see why people like it. Like, at first I was like, it's alright. I don't see what all the hype is about. But then, he was like about to kiss her, and he was like, can I kiss you? And I was like, oh, my heart. Just like him asking if he could kiss her, ooh. It got me. When she said no, he was like, that's fine, and he backed off. He's so considerate. Why is that so hard for people to understand? I don't know. But he did it, and it was amazing, and he did hold it against her, And it's, like that was the moment where I was like, ooh, this is quite good. We love it when they ask for consent. Oh, I also started City of Saints and Thieves. It's alright so far. So why did I start it at the same time? The world may never know. Well, it's because it's an audiobook and I was like, I might as well. This is a new one. I haven't worn it yet before today. Starbucks! I'm back. I got my drink. Woo! I got my tea. But now let's try my tea. Guys, I spent so much time making this tea, and it's good. Well, let's get back to reading. I just finished Get a Life, Chloe Brown. It was really cute. I really enjoyed it. I thought the representation of chronic illness was really well done and like really well described how it affected Chloe's life. I also just like Red is like such a sweet guy, and the way that he respected her boundaries was just, it was so good. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it. They were just like missing something, like make my heart explode more. Can't really say what that would be. I really heavily enjoyed it. Highly recommend if anyone is interested in romance, because this was a solid one. This completes the challenge of read a book that's set in a different country, because it's set in England and I'm in America. And it's over! Ta-da!